Chad Ryland to kick
Bro,
off
look up
for
at this
Arizona.
this field. It's every game thing.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Ryland. Gonna get things started. Off we go from Glendale. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. 11 mighty.
Going in motion here.
11 Thomas.
They send the tight end in motion.
Shot.
They'll run, and this is Quinshawn Judkins. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And his run game certainly didn't waste any time. Settled in. Nice job by the offensive line. Displacing defenders at the point of attack.
Here we go.
Allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
Right at midfield. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball right on the 50-yard line.
11.
Here's 2nd down and 5.
Shot.
On the draw is Judkins. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage. Make you work for everything you get.
12. Shot.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. Open man, left side, he's got it. They get 16 on that connection. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
And the Jaguars.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball. Give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field,
that's the Pro Bowl safety, Buda Baker.
Stop whining.
Cardinals are going to get the football here. They force the IST on the game's opening drive.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
It's 2nd and inches.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41.
A gain of 12 yards.
They get 12 yards on that pass. It's an Arizona first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
14.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And he can't hang on. Contact incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So That might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Wilson's pass.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Lady! Start!
Again, Wilson. The second down throw is incomplete.
Intended for Trey McBride.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Start! On third down, here's Wilson.
To hold
To
him
the left
for
side,
3
taken in
minutes.
by Harrison. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal, try to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
Right there.
Called in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. Touchdown number 15 for him on the season.
His kick is good. Makes the score Cardinals 7, Jaguars nothing. Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. And no
The
chance
Jaguars
to return
take
this
over
one.
first and 10
Through the end zone
at their
for
own
a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10.
Here we go. Wide 8. 11. Start!
Drive starts. Judkins. And he's brought down.
Hey, we're good.
Tackle made at
From the
38
38 now. Here's second down and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
He's going to let one fly for Addison. That defender draped all over. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
11. Here we go. Start!
Here's Judkins. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Brings up
Some pretty good speed coming off the line there, and it helped him disrupt that draw. Well, I don't even think disrupting is the right word. He flat out stopped the draw, handing them a loss.
And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds.
At their own 16-yard line.
That's to the right side. And incomplete.
Intended for number
I'm not so
82.
sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Start!
On second down, Russ. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
Give him 16 there. And a first down.
First and 10 at the
From the 32
32-yard
now.
line.
Here's first and 10.
Start! Got it. 380. Start!
Out of the gun, here's Russ. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson.
Complete
That's a nice
Trey
pickup on a
Benson.
first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up second
We tend to
and
make
2
NFL offense
at the
very
41-yard
complicated, Mike, but
line.
sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
From the 41, here's second and a couple.
Flag 90.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. Good guys, 4 down, 4 down.
Grenade.
Throwing again. Wilson. Going right sideline and
That's a gain of
complete.
21 yards.
And he's down inside the
That's good
40-yard
for a
line.
Cardinals first down.
A pickup of 21 on that
First and
connection.
10 at the
It's good for a
38-yard line.
Cardinals first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean,
Oh my
that
God,
takes a long
dude.
time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Marvin
Come
Harrison
on,
Jr.,
dude.
the intended
He was
target.
covered by Patrick
It's second
Surtain.
down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Grenade.
Wilson will throw again. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard
16
line.
yards. That's another Cardinals first down.
1 quarter in the books.
First and 10
The
at the
Cardinals
23-yard
have
line.
the early edge in this one. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football as they've got it with first and 10.
Start.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, catch made by Mooney.
Darnell
And he'll take this
Mooney.
down to the 6. That's good enough for
17
first
more
down,
yards.
first and
That's
goal.
another Cardinals
The thing that jumps out to me the
down.
most, Mike, is just how
First
often
and
the
goal
quarterback
at
is
the
able to
6-yard
throw the
line.
ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal.
Start.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Quick slant into the hands of Mooney. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
At the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal.
Start. Grenade.
And he's in. Two touchdowns for him in the game. And 60 on the year.
Extra point.
Oh, big problems
kick is
there on the
blocked.
conversion.
No
Poor
good.
snap. It is no good.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. The return team going to
The
let that
Jaguars
one
take
go.
over
It'll go
first
through
and
the end
10
zone. It's a
at their own
touchback.
35-yard line.
Let's get that.
Oh, play fake. Here is Burrow. Little short pass here, caught by his tight
You
end.
caught that?
And no
Oh.
chance to turn and go.
Three-yard
That one
pickup.
good for just a
Brings up
couple.
second and 7.
A bit of a quick
the
hitter here, and what you're
38-yard
hoping
line.
for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's
we go.
coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them because of the short game.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's a third down and
Gun,
4.
gun. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team.
A
It's
2-yard
4th down.
gain. It's 4th
This
down.
exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
Here we go. 180. Wait, shot. 11, 11, 11. Shot.
Burrow to throw for it on 4th down. That is incomplete. He couldn't get the connection on 4th. Gonna give the ball over on
Result
down.
of the play is a turnover on
I think
down.
there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
Start. Start.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. It's an Arizona 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Start. Start.
Now Russ. That one is caught by Mooney.
Wilson's pass complete to Darnell Mooney. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 21.
At the
Here's
Jaguars'
2nd and 4.
21-yard line.
Start. Good start.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
Chad Ryland for the extra
And
point.
the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with
The
that
kick is
Mike,
good.
what stood out to me the most so
Makes
far is
the
just the
score
amount of space
Cardinals
these guys
20,
have had to
Jaguars
operate in.
nothing.
I think if I'm this defensive coordinator,
Chad
me and my
Ryland to
staff at
kick off
halftime
for
are revisiting
Arizona.
this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
And no chance
The
to return
Jaguars
this
take
one.
over 1st and
Through the
10
end zone for a
at their
touchdown.
own 35-yard line.
Here we go. 180. 11, Thomas. Shot.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. He'll get that to Quinshon Judkins.
Why am I controlling
Good
this?
yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
8 yards on the
Great
pickup.
example of
Brings
first
up
down
2nd and
efficiency. You
2
don't always have to go
at
for the big play.
43-yard
But put
line.
yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
11, 11. Here we go. Here we go. Shot.
Burrow here on 2nd down. Throw here down the field. Will fall.
Intended for
Incomplete.
Brenton
Brenton Strange was his intended target.
It's 3rd
And it'll
down
be 3rd down.
and 2
Solid
yards
rep there for
to
this
go.
corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire
On one, ready?
play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can
Here we
panic
go, here
and
we go.
they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got
That's
beyond
good
it.
for a Jaguars
2 minutes to
first
go
down.
here. Till halftime.
1st and 10
We'll have
at
more
the
from
48-yard
Glendale
line.
after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Let's get set. Shot.
Burrow. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it
Intended for
incomplete.
Quinshon
Looking to set up the screen, but the
Incomplete.
defense wouldn't give him the
It
time.
leads to 2nd and 10.
And their offensive struggles just
On
continue
two,
to
ready?
show up time after time here in this first half.
Here we go.
It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Good drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And Depending on the speed and the run-after-catchability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead.
That's the rookie out of Michigan, Will Johnson.
Bully boy.
He's going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Third down pass.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the second round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a first rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft night.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. A big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this grab gets him a first down.
Flag 90. Push left. Watch the width. Hey, alert. Yo, Friday. Hey.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson.
That's a bad throw. That's on me.
Intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a solid return as he gets it up past the 45-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Here we go. Stop!
On first down, Burrow. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
On one, ready?
Second and 10.
Here we go. Stop!
Back to throw, Burrow. That one's incomplete.
Burrow's
Good coverage there.
intended for Jordan
The
Addison.
receiver couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
Third down and 10
And really what
yards
stands
to
out to me
go.
the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers
Here we go.
downfield. The quarterback has to throw into
Big
a lot
13.
of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. So they're going to have it here. Get it at their own 37-yard line.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
19. Good cut.
They go play action with Wilson. Oh, he's going to be taken down. They got him.
Cameron Jordan.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here,
Brings up second
and they'll stop
and
it
20
just over a
at the
minute remaining
27-yard line.
in this first half. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Let's go. Motion.
Now a throw here. It's backwards. He might be looking to throw this. That's going to be caught. And he's going to be brought down, but the double pass works to perfection.
First down.
It is a big gain for Arizona.
31-yard
42 yards. Here's first and 10.
Lady.
That's quickly out to Harrison. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's in. What a drop. Touchdown. Ray Benson. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jags extra point now by Ryland. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. Stop!
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Intended for Brenton
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
On one, ready?
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his third
Stop!
and 10.
Can. Stop!
Working out of the gun, Burrow. And that is incomplete. Contact, but
intended for Quinshon Judkins.
going to be fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the two straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Punch left. Spook team. Zebra. Grenade.
On 1st down, Wilson going up top. That is brought in. And a critical tackle there. We're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time is running out. This first half has come to an end. So we reached the intermission in what has been an entertaining one.
Now why my controller just did that dumb shit? I gotta fix my controller. Hold on. I'll do that.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This taken in at the 8-yard
He said
line.
be nice.
He'll be brought down right around the 25.
Hold on, I gotta change my controller. Where's my controller at? Got it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Green 80. Gun. Hey, 0. Spot that. Good job right there. Punch left. Strike.
Now Wilson on 1st down. That's caught downfield by McBride. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
That's good.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
That was long.
He gets in for sack number 127 in his brilliant career. moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas
wild.
on the all-time list.
Bulletti! Friday! Alert! Start! 95! 19. Start!
Out of the gun, here's Russ. Toward the left side, he gets back to Mooney. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
A gain of 14
Similar to a tight
yards
end, the
brings
slot
up
receiver is
third
often
down.
considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Oh,
And that is incomplete.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
And no return forthcoming.
The
It's a
Jaguars
touchback,
take over
and will come
first
out
and
to the
10
20-yard line.
at their own 20-yard line.
Stop! They'll run with Jenkins to begin the drive. Finding room at the 35. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
On one, ready?
And the Jaguars first down.
11
First
MT,
and
11
10
MT.
at
Here we
the
go.
48-yard line.
And on first down, it's back to Judkins. And he's going to be
Gotta go,
taken
gotta
down.
go.
Not so easy
down.
this
Eleven
time.
mighty,
They
11
drop him
mighty.
back behind the
Loss of a
line.
yard.
It's second
Brings
down.
up second and 11 at the
They go play
46-yard
action
line.
for Burrow. That's going to be
okay, what am I doing?
incomplete.
Burrow's
Covered
pass.
very good there.
Intended for
Contact
Jordan
jarring the
Addison.
ball loose.
Incomplete.
And it's going to force third
Brings
down.
up third down and 11.
Here we go.
Burrow. To the right side, hauled in by
Burrow's
Myers.
pass. Complete
And
to
he'll be stopped
Jacoby
short of a
Myers.
first down, and that will
A gain of
necessitate
three.
a call
It's
to the
fourth
punt
down.
team. It's fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem.
Here we go.
And that way he makes sure when he catches the
Big
ball,
13.
it's beyond
Big
the sticks.
13. Stop.
Burrow throwing on fourth down. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. Give him
A gain of
19 yards
19
as they get the fourth down
Good
conversion.
for a Jaguars first down.
First and 10.
First and 10 at the 33-yard
Gun, gun.
line.
11. White 80. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's going to be incomplete.
Intended for
Very
Jalen
stout there.
Royals.
That's going to bring up
Incomplete.
second down.
It's second down and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
Now, Burrow. Open man downfield.
He's running crosses the whole.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down
It's a
inside
gain
the
of
10.
23 yards.
Ball resting
That's
on the
another
9. First down
Jaguars
and goal.
First down.
Let's get set.
First and goal.
Hey,
Jacksonville.
can. 11 mighty. Stop.
Throwing is Burrow. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
Brings up second
They got
and
there
goal.
in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Another shot at it from the 9. Second down and goal.
Here we go. Stop.
They run straight ahead with Judkins.
Quinshawn
And the
Judkins,
defense
the ball
stiffening.
carrier.
Here we go.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Baker on
That's
the
all.
tackle.
11.
Third and goal coming
Gain
up.
on the play. Brings up third
Stop.
and goal.
Now, Burrow. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Into space. Accelerating toward midfield. To the 20. And he's going to take this already. Touchdown, Arizona.
Chad Ryland for the
What a
extra point.
spectacular take back for the score. You can stay in your own end zone and just take the touchback.
The kick is
Better
good.
yet,
Oh,
go the other
shit.
way and get the
Makes the
touchdown.
score
And just a
Cardinals
great
34.
heads-up play there, Mike, not only to
Jaguars, nothing.
secure the ball in the end zone,
Chad Ryland to
but then
kick
to
off for
recognize he had an
Arizona.
alley. He's able to outrun the rest of those guys, and now he finds himself taking it all the way back for 6.
We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback
The
here. This
Jaguars
ball
take
over the
first
back
and 10
line.
at their
It'll come
own
out to the
35-yard
35.
line.
Here we go. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Stop.
Up the middle goes Jenkins. And a good show of force there. He gets tough yards out of that one.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 6.
Here we go. Stop.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
It's a gain of 11.
A gain of 11 on that one. First down,
11, 11.
Jacksonville.
A gain
Here
of
we go.
11 on the play.
Stop.
First down,
The throw
Jaguars.
is Burrow. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall
Intended for
to the
Bud
ground.
Mead.
It's incomplete.
And really, it's the
He was
interceptions
defended
that
by
continue to be a
Williams.
problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean,
Here we
defender
go.
had an opportunity to add another one to the
White
mix,
80.
and he just has to
White
do a
is up.
better job making
11,
decisions,
11, 11.
finding the open
Coming, coming.
target, and stop forcing bad throws.
Stop.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a
The
chance to
Cardinals take
extend their
over
lead.
1st and 10 at
It's
the
not often,
30-yard
Mike, that
line.
everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the
92 speed.
defenders just
Getting
flip
called
around
by
and become
linemen is
blockers,
crazy.
trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
To the left side, taken in by Harrison. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
A gain
6
of
catches
19
for him in the ball
yards.
game now. And this
And the
one's good for a
Cardinals
first down.
First
Right.
down.
Fine,
1st and 10
90.
at the 11-yard line.
Start.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. They'll look underneath here to Benson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Better be.
Start. Move the team. Start.
He's got it at the 3. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Cardinals. Touchdown number 17 for him on the year.
Chad
And
Ryland
his
for the
3rd of
extra
this
point.
game. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals
Makes
stretch
the score
things out even
Cardinals
further.
41. Jaguars nothing. Chad Ryland to kick
Here's
off
Ryland
for
now.
Arizona.
After the TD, he'll send this one away.
Man, that man got 18 touchdowns this year. That's the most touchdowns I've ever had with a tight end in my thing. Madden career. I don't think I ever had more than 10 with a tight end, honestly. I don't use a tight end that much. First time I got a
Here we go. Here we go.
stud tight end.
On first down, Burrow. That'll be caught by the running back, Judkins.
Complete to
He's close to a first down.
First time I've ever
Gain of
tried
9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 44-yard line. Here's second down and a yard.
Let's get set. 42. Dad. Wide 80. Wide 80.
On the give, it's
I know I'm not
Judkins.
about to get the
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
It's
A gain there of 21. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
First down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great
the
job
Jaguar
clearing some space.
first down.
The back saw it quick and
Here we
he
go.
hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pick.
He's doing that back. He's lucky. He ran into me.
Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Will Johnson. And he's going to be taken down for 1, 2, 3 flags on the field. I don't think this is going to stand. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Gun, gun. Dad.
Back to throw. Burrow. To the left side. It is caught by Myers.
Burrow's pass.
And that keeps him
Complete
ahead of
to
schedule.
Jacoby Myers.
It's a first down completion
It's a
of
gain
7 yards.
Brings up 2nd
Arizona
and
will
3.
take its first
At
time
the
out.
Cardinals'
Clock will
14-yard
stop,
line.
and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
On 1. Ready? MT, Tate. Dad. Wide 8. Dad.
They'll give it here to Judkins. And he'll be stacked up.
Hey, we gotta keep this straight. We gotta keep this close.
Third down and 4.
11 MT. 11
And
MT.
loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd
Dad.
down.
To throw is Burrow. Exiting the pocket right. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
A gain of 6.
This quarterback has a reputation for being one of the faster quarterbacks in the league, but what I loved here is, yes, he used his legs, but he remained a passer for as long as he could and leads to a nice pickup.
Here we go, here we go. Dad.
Burrow now. Forced out wide. And he did a pretty good job there to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's chased out of bounds.
Little indecision by the quarterback there, Mike. Do I buy time and throw it downfield, or do I tuck it and become a runner?
On 1. Ready?
That's what he's thinking. I think he made the final call a little bit too late, and all he could do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Dad.
The give to Judkins, heading right. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short. Put him down at the 1.
Just shy of the goal line.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Here we go. Dad.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And it's brought in the end zone. Jordan Addison. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. Just a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback.
At their own
And the ball's coming out to the 35.
Flag 90.
Nick is retarded.
Go.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On second down, Russ. That's hard. And he will go all the way. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Arizona. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Now Ryland for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cardinals add on to their already sizable lead.
48. Jaguars 7. Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Side.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. Left side here. Caught by Addison. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
Of 14 yards.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
12. Can. Side.
Burrow. And more of the same. Another interception. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Cardinals
Well, Mike,
take over.
this is entering the wrong
at the
45. As in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium. Rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's the right side. Caught by McBride.
Wilson's pass.
And he'll be hustled out just shy of the 1st down marker. That's a pickup at 9. It's going to set up 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
25 yards on the play.
A pickup there of 25 yards. It's good for the Cardinals' 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, they can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11.
Good guys, 4 down. Tight into the court. Check. Friday.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he will score again. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon.
For the extra point.
Ryland's kick here is good. And the
Makes
Cardinals
the
will
score
add one more onto their
55.
big lead.
Jaguars 7. Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
34-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time.
1-1, right?
It'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Right. Stop.
Burrow. Open right side. That strains the tight end.
Burrow's pass.
Get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of the receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Here's a ball thrown deep, right sideline. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down.
180. Stop.
They'll run for it. It's Kamara. And he's going to have a Jags 1st down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
The Jaguars 1st down.
Here we go, here we go.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one out wide for Kamara. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
1st down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
More yards.
That's catch number 40 on the season for him.
A
fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Here we go.
Slot man in
180.
motion right.
180. Stop. Stop.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. He'll get this out wide. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
4-yard line.
Stop.
2nd down. Burrow. And that ball incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it's going to be 3rd down.
And 14.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Hey, can.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so
here we go.
Extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked up by Garrett Williams.
The 4th down.
It's no secret. This offense has severely struggled to sustain drives this entire game, and the scoreboard, for the most part, Mike, it reflects that. I mean, that interception should, in essence, put an end to any lingering hope of a last-minute comeback.
Punch left. 315.
Hey, movement.
Friday. Start.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line. That heads number 40 on the season
And the
for him.
Cardinals, first down.
What?
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So it's a win for the Cardinals. They're able to build on the solid performance of a week ago, and they make it 2 in a row with the victory here in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win here in the desert for the Cardinals as we say, so long from Glendale.
I don't think I ran the ball one time. One thing not doing double coverage. Yeah, I got 5 for him. That's cool. That's the one quiet 1,000 yards receiving I got with him. I don't know how 1,000 yards receiving. Force win. There's some terrible loss. Damn. Oh. My last game. tight end is in the league. Crazy.